Hey guys, this is Charlize with Charlize Presents, and today is September 7th of 2020, and we're going to be starting something new today. If you've been listening to the podcast that we started back in July, there's currently myself and a guest, and the topics are a little bit more laid back and relaxed, and we love to offer the education as well as some laughs and entertainment. We're still going to definitely continue along those lines, but beginning today, we're going to be doing what I refer to as Mastering Life Mondays. I did just recently complete my certification to become a Master Life Coach, and I'm wanting to start establishing those episodes of where we're able to kind of take back or either first gain control of the world that we're living in. Not the world as a whole, but just our personal world. So we'll be looking at different things that we can address to help us to be able to move forward with any sort of goals, whether if they're short-term or long-term goals, no matter how big, how small. There are different hurdles that are in our way that kind of prevent us from being able to move forward. And we're going to look at them on many aspects, financially, mentally, emotionally, along with some small mini week challenges that we'll also have. If you'd like, you can definitely continue to listen, and I'm going to update everything, I promise. I've not been the best when it comes to the website, but you will be able to find it here on the YouTube channel as well as on our website, charlizepresents.com. It allows you to be able to kind of get through those goals and those rough hurdles, those patches, having someone there with you. Because I know that's how it is for me. If I have someone that's able to hold me accountable, or I have people that know that I'm doing this, it's kind of like, oh, now I got to show up and show out, hopefully. But these are going to be more from a health aspect. As I said in the first YouTube video that came out a few days ago, sometimes we're always thinking of what that hurdle could be, if it's financial or we don't have someone to keep the kids, and sometimes we're told that these things may be excuses, and very well, we're human beings, sometimes they may be, but there are generally some things that are keeping us stagnant where we're at. So those are the things that we're going to be looking at on our Mastering Life Mondays with Charlize. So you'll be able to catch these episodes on right here on this YouTube channel as well as on this podcast. But what we're going to start out with today is going to be, today is the 7th, and this actually begins the week of National Suicide Prevention. So I have some information that I want to go over, and you guys will be able to find this on platforms, on all my platforms, as well as just by going to that website that we'll provide you. But I have a personal story, not one of my own, but one that I was given the okay to go ahead and discuss. She did not want to appear on on camera, on the YouTube channel. Sorry, I'm still getting used to this, or on the podcast, and that's understandable. But she wanted her story to be told. She wanted people to know that there's hope, as well as she wanted those of us that are not in that position to know that we can be of help and of assistance to those that surround us. But this is a young lady that I worked with many years ago, and there were just those signs there. And at this particular time, the internet wasn't booming like it is now, and there wasn't a ton of resources that were available, but we were all well aware of what suicide is and was at that time. Just the demeanor, always sad and off to herself. So those were just little things that kind of, for me being the person that I am, not necessarily felt like something was wrong, but I knew something wasn't right. She didn't look happy. And we had the conversation one day, and lo and behold, she'd been contemplating suicide. And it was something that I know it was a huge relief for her to have been going through this, since she'd been, she said, about 11 or 12 years old. So before, as a preteen, you're experiencing these thoughts and these feelings, and you're not feeling like you're able to communicate that with anybody. You're not able to get help, and you're stuck, and you're feeling this way. And not to try and put us African Americans on the spot, but we are infamous for not believing that this happens to us, not believing that we feel this way. And this young lady is African American. And it was one of those first times for me to hear another black person say that, to hear another black person feel that way, because we constantly are telling everyone to pray, and I'm not judging anybody's religion or, not intending to offend anyone, but sometimes we, even in the Bible, it says, faith without works is dead. So if you're, you can have all the faith in the world that things are going to be okay, but if you're not taking those steps and you're not talking with someone or getting the help it is that you need, it's not going to go anywhere. So we need to make sure that we're knowing the signs and we're paying attention, and we ourselves are available to show up for these people. And it just so happens that at the point in time that I was in my life, I was available to show up for her. I was available to be there for the doctor appointments, and because she had 2 small children, we were able to get the children taken care of until she was well enough to actually regain custody of them, and that happened. So there is hope, and that was her point of wanting her story told today, is to let everyone know that not only do you have options, but there are people out there that understand that do not have to be going through what it is that you're going through. There are people that care, and there is another side to this, but I have some resources that I do want to share that has been made available to me online. So everything that I'm going to be giving to you guys is actually going to be coming from a website that I'm going to, is suicidepreventionlifeline.org, and they have some resources that's available to you, and I will make sure that I drop that website for you guys, but they have some resources that are available even if you're suspecting someone of being suicidal, or probably dealing with depression, or any of those things that may trigger those feelings of not wanting to be here any longer. Because I always tell people, I don't care if I may not always come on and ask, but if I feel as if especially if I know you and I know that, they don't see him like themselves. Something's not right. If I'm getting that feeling, I always give them words of encouragement. We need you, and I always try to make sure I plan for stuff ahead of where we're at. So, it's September. It's like, oh, what we're going to do for Christmas, what we're going to do for Halloween. Because for me personally, I feel like that just gives them hope. That gives them hope. That allows them to see that this life goes on. And am I an expert? Of course not. Do these certificates behind me make me the person to be talking about this? Of course not. But not everyone is privy to a psychiatrist or anything of that sort. So just the people like myself that actually care, those are the people that we need around us, and those are the people that need to be educated as well, so that we know these signs, we know how to deal with this, we can have those comfortable conversations or those uncomfortable conversations, making them comfortable, so that we can get a loved one taken care of and we can get them the help it is that they need. So, it's, fast forward is however many years later, 10 plus years later, and she's living a wonderful, happy, healthy life. And that's what we want for everyone, because this world needs you. You were brought here for a reason, and regardless of if you don't see it at that moment, you really were put here for a reason, and we want you to be able to contribute and give whatever it is that you have to give to this world. We want you to be able to do that, and we want you to be happy about doing it. Now, on the flip side of that, this is something that I experienced for myself. I was having a bad day, and this is just like a few weeks ago. I was having a bad day, and I'm really not the type to try to use someone else as a sounding board. If anything, I'm going to take it all in. On this particular day, I had taken all that I could take. I couldn't take anymore. So I received a text from a good friend of mine, and the very first thing I did was just sound off. Told her every bad thing that was going on in my day, how pissed off I was, and I never once stopped to think, like, what if she was reaching out to me because she needed me? So the very next day, because this was just a time for me, and this was a rare occasion, but it was just this week, and there was another friend, she texted me, and I found myself again getting ready to go into it, and just to backpedal a little bit, I did apologize to her. I apologized for just dumping and not even asking, like, can I say this? Can I do this? So when I spoke with my next friend, I still had these issues, these things that I was just ticked off about, and I wanted to vent. And before I did, I thought about the other friend that I did this to. And so I asked her, are you available for me to vent? Are you available for me to vent? Because I have absolutely no idea what her day was like. I had absolutely no idea what she'd been going through, absolutely no idea how she felt. And with the first friend, it's not like I didn't care, but it was just like, oh, this is how I feel, I gotta get this out. So I asked her, are you available? And her response was just like most of our responses would be. I'm always here for you. You never have to ask me that. I'm always here. You don't have to. No, I do need to ask you that. Because for one, it's 2020 and this has been a year. I'm very curious to see what the history books write about this one, because this has truly been a year. And we are all living this. We are all in this together. So it's not like she is exempt from the pandemic that we're in. It's not like she's exempt from all these other tragedies and the deaths of celebrities that we've grown to know as friends and family. So I asked her, and she gave that generic response that I would have given to somebody that I have been in tears and given to people. She gave that response. And I told her, no. If you are not even comfortable with telling me that you're not, send me a thumbs up or a thumbs down emoji. You don't have to text it. You don't have to ignore it, whatever, because I know that you're human. I know that that particular day when I just had this whole word vomit going on because I just needed that release, I didn't stop and think about what my friend was going through or what sort of day she was having, or was she checking on me because she was going through something, So I've started to do that with friends. And I've started to ask, are you available for me to vent? Are you available for me to talk about this? Are you available? So it's like, it's not necessarily a joke with us now, but now they do it back to me. And there are times when, no, I'm not. And I will send a sad face emoji or a thumbs down emoji, and they'll always say, are you okay? And I just text back, yes, I will reach out to you as soon as I can. And as soon as I can, I do. But I always let them know I'm concerned. I want you to be able to speak with someone. I want you to be able to get help. If it's something that detrimental, then these are the resources that are available to you. And most of us probably don't have that readily available, but I've gotten to a point where I've had to pull back from certain situations and things. So I do know, because I literally have people. I have a gentleman that was, he sent me a message on Facebook, and at first I thought it was one of those things where you're trying to slide in the DMs, but I was feeling awful. July was not a friendly month to me. August wasn't either. So I was feeling very awful, and normally I'm there. And even when I wasn't feeling well, I was still showing up. And because I feel like that's what we're supposed to be here for, but now it's like reality is hitting me and I'm getting it now. So I told him, he says, well, I need a friend right now. I need a friend. And I'm in pain. Like, if I move, just picking up this phone, it was like my whole body was aching. And I'm like, I really can't. Because right now, my physical is going to affect my emotional and my mental. And I'm not going to be the person it is that you need me to be right now. So I explained to him, I'm not available right now. But if you need help, as he said he did, he needed a friend and he needed someone to talk to, I gave him a local number that he would be able to call and speak with someone. About 2 weeks passed, and I don't lie, I completely forgot about it. But he messaged me back, and he told me thank you. He's like, I was able to schedule an appointment, and I've seen a therapist twice, and it's for free. So I didn't get any details. I just told him that I was happy for him. Now the number I did give him was a 211, and that's a local number here. I'm not sure how it works, if it's available worldwide or within the nation. I'm not sure, but there should be some sort of local number that you guys are able to get in contact with someone that could point you in the right direction. So what I'm going to do is provide you guys with some information, just some tips that we have to help out with someone that may be dealing with stress or anxiety, depression, just anything just someone that's not looking like themselves. Like, they don't sound like themselves, they're not behaving the way that they should, those are signs. Those are things that we need to be made aware of. We need to pay attention to in this busy, chaotic world that we're in. It is us that still make this up. So we want to make sure that we are taking care of each other, but we do have to take care of self first. But when you are available, you want to be able to show up. So this particular week, again, is National Suicide Prevention Week, and it runs until the 12th. So on the website, suicidepreventionlifeline.org, they actually have a toll-free number that you can call. And what I did during my research, I actually pulled up, I just typed in suicide, and immediately that information pops up. It immediately populates with that number. You can do an online chat. You can give them a call. That number is 1-800-273-TALK. That's TALK, or 8255. So it's 1-800-273-8255. And again, I'll have this information updated on every platform that I have, so that way you guys are available. It's available to you guys to be able to reach out. The great thing about this number is not just for that person, and not trying to glaze over that portion, but the good thing is that is actually for someone else. You can reach out and say, hey, this is what's going on with my friend or my family member, my mom, my dad, whoever, and this number is for that as well. It is available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's free and it's confidential. So those guys would be able to offer help. And the best thing one of the best things I was able to find on this particular website was that the FCC and a friend of mine, we actually had this conversation about a month ago when we first, it was probably a little over a month now when we first heard about it, but the FCC has since designated 988 to be used as a number instead of the 1-800 number. But that's not going to be available or completed until July of 2022. So you want to make sure that you're still calling the 800-273-TALK if you need to speak with someone, either about yourself or about a loved one or a friend. Now, one of the things that they have, and this is going to be our first little mini challenge that I want to pose upon everybody else, is they have a hashtag. It's #BeTheOne2. And what I'm employing everyone to do is anytime that you make a post on Facebook, social media, send a text message, email, whatever, if you're communicating with someone, put that hashtag there. If you put that hashtag there, especially if that person, it will either they will know what it is and they'll know that you're available, or they will question it, like, why did you put that? What does that mean? And then it gives you an opportunity to be able to explain to them, look, I'm the one that's there for you. So it's hashtag #BeTheOne2, be there, keep them safe, help them stay connected, and the follow up. So life, especially this year, it's kind of like, what, 2020? It's like, okay, I told someone, years ago, I was like, this has to be the worst year. Like, it can never get worse. And all I can imagine is 2020 saying, you know what, here, hold my beer. Like, girl, I got you. Let me show you this. So, there are ups and downs, pros and cons. But I think what's happening is we're seeing this on a larger scale. It's there are things that are happening that's affecting us nationwide, worldwide. So it's a lot bigger than just ourselves right now. And, we have to, I made a joke with a friend once that, we're dealing with this and he still doesn't call you back. Like, that job still won't give you a raise, and, saying it jokingly, but in all seriousness, it's reality. It's like, we started out with, all these things happening, and, on the back end, you're still living your life. You're still having those hurdles. You're still having those things that don't make us feel our best. And sometimes it causes us not to have the best or the safest thoughts. And that's okay for it to be that way. That's okay. But please reach out. Please know that someone is there. Please know that myself, I am there. I am there, whether it's email, if you have my number, call, text me. If you're friends with me on Facebook, or can find me on any of the 1,000,001 social media outlets that I'm on, feel free. reach out to me. If I'm not available, I will let you know that, but I will provide you with information or with someone that is. So let's remember that hashtag, and you'll be seeing me use that when I am available. Because I will be honest, it's this is not easy on any of us, but we have to work together. And on those days that we can't show up, somebody else will be showing up for us. So that's really all that I want you guys to know about the National Suicide Prevention Week. And this won't be our first time mentioning this. This won't be the only time that you hear us talk about this, even after this week or after this month is over. It is something that's near and dear to my heart. As I said before, I've had friends that have lost family members. I've lost schoolmates that have made the choice to take their own lives, and it's disheartening. It's a hurting feeling, especially when you're that close to someone and you're feeling as if you couldn't help, or whatever the case may be. So it's like, this is the prevention week, and we'll definitely focus on the prevention aspect of this, but we want to provide you with material and information and resources that will be able to last a healthy, happy lifetime, because that's what we want each and every person to have. Now, like I said before, I'm not a professional. I'm just somebody that cares. I'm your auntie, your best friend, that chick that you really can't stand on Instagram, whatever I may be to you. But just know that I am there. Again, hashtag be the one too. And let your friends and your family know if they don't already know. Let them know what that's about, and encourage them to use it as well. So that way, hopefully, we are creating that safety net for those that surround us and that need that. So again, my name is Charlize. I am with Charlize Presents, and I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. And check back in with us later. We are also going to do the recording for the Mastering Life Monday. We have not forgotten about that, but I did move a few things around today when I got some information about this in. So we're going to go ahead and get the website updated, and just once again, that number is 1-800-273-8255 or 1-800-273-TALK. And again, this is Charlize. You guys have yourself a wonderful day, and everyone stay safe. Thank you.